Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Kat. I'm a wife, a homeschool mom, and an avid reader. This is a quick look at my past week of what I read and kind of some thoughts. It's a little, there are a couple books that didn't get really a beginning because I started reading them and didn't do any type of update. So bear with me on this one, but hopefully it's enjoyable and quick enough that everyone has a good time. I'll see you afterward.
Good morning, everyone. It is, oh goodness, it is Wednesday morning. I have not vlogged this book at all. Um, I'm reading The Christmas Bookshop by Jenny Colgan and really enjoying it. The premise is a daughter or a woman is out of work. Her mom sends her to help her sister out. And her sister gets her this job working in a bookshop. And the whole goal is to turn some of a profit for this bookshop so that the owner can sell it. Because at the state it's at now, no one's going to want to buy it. And I have had so much fun. I did have one moment where I really thought that we were going to go the way of the Cat Who Saved books, where it's transported through the books into this magical world. That does not happen. But overall, it's this really sweet story of figuring out what's important in life. I am 87% in now, so I'm almost done with it. Really enjoying myself though, and I'm gonna jump back in it for a little bit, and then I'm going to go run some errands because I have stuff that needs to be done today. So I will check in later. Good morning, everyone. It's actually Thursday morning. Um, I finished um, Christmas, the Christmas bookshop yesterday while at the allergist getting my shots done. When I updated, I really didn't have that much more left. Just didn't realize it. Like the book ends at like 85%. So it is what it is. I had a great time with it. Really cute story. But I'm finding that I have to lower my standards, I think, with romances. Especially Christmas romances. I'm seeing a common theme of kind of these brushed endings. Um, and so, but in it, I had, like I said, I had a great time. I have started Meet Me at Christmas, and in this one, we have a mom. It's her first Christmas alone, basically. So she calls her daughters in. I believe I know the younger sister is Lily. Um, it is. Yeah, it's Stella. Okay, so Stella is working in London. Her mom calls her home to Nashville, Tennessee. Um, to just be with her at Christmas because she doesn't want to be alone. And the story mostly follows Stella. Um, I'm very early in the book. I'm only read the first 3 chapters. We find that Stella's been married before, and who should appear the moment that she's in trouble once she's back home but the ex-husband. So I'm gonna keep going along with this one and see how it goes. But before I can do that, we have to tackle the last doom zone in my daughter's room, and go from there. So I have a couple minutes before we're gonna start, and then I'm just gonna kind of go from there. Hopefully I will get some reading done, and I will actually do real updates throughout. So I'll see you soon. Hello everyone, I just finished Meet Me at Christmas Time. This one's by Jenny Hale. I had a great time with this one. I laughed a lot, and the end even made me cry. And just my heart is so full right now. So much in this sweet little book. But I think that this is my favorite so far this season. I am left with some questions at the end, but the end also didn't feel rushed. The questions I had come from the prologue because it skips 2 years. And so you kind of are left wondering on some things. But really sweet story. And I love the way that they tied in certain aspects, dealing with superstition and old wives' tales, I guess. It was a really sweet story, but I am not sure exactly what I'm gonna do. I have not exactly been sleeping well. I've been waking up really early in the morning. It's like 6 a.m. on Friday morning. I've been up for the last hour. So I'm just kind of plugging through. I'll probably actually take a nap before I start the next book, but we'll have to see how that goes. As you can tell by my yawning. Alright, well, I am going to figure out what I'm going to do next and go from there. Hello everyone, it's Saturday night. Yes, I know. And we are sitting at the end of our driveway right now. Shortly, the golf cart Christmas parade will go by, and just thought it would be fun to bring y'all along. Merry Christmas! Yep. Merry Christmas! Happy Christmas! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Oh, look at that puppy! I love you. So there you have it. We sat outside for 25 minutes to watch a minute and a half parade, and I was a little surprised that two of the cars weren't even decorated. I would think if you're being in a parade at night for Christmas that you would, at least put Christmas lights on it. But it is what it is, and we got a little bit of candy out of it. I love that my neighborhood does do this, though. I just wish that the people who were in charge of it would try to get more people involved, but that's okay. The kids have fun and they get to see it, so that's all that's important. But now I have dinner on, and I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing all day long, and that is playing Dreamlight Valley. I did add a Christmas thriller into my list of reading. I've listened to probably about half of it now. In this one, the setting is in this little town where years ago a girl is murdered, two other girls have gone missing, and there was one known survivor, but she was in really bad shape. And the police did have a suspect who was charged and convicted of these crimes, at least of the murder and the harming of the survivor. No one knows what happened to these two girls who just disappeared. But as we continue in the story, there's a true crime podcast personality and author who comes to this town. He buys a house to fix up, and he starts kind of investigating this event because the mother of the two missing girls still wants to know what happened to her girls. And so it continues, but kind of until this author and podcaster comes into town, no one really put together the crimes of that time and some more recent disappearances. But the author starts noticing things and starts asking more and more questions. It's pretty interesting. It's not scary. And kind of like as it unwinds on the audiobook, like I almost feel like I am watching a movie. Which is why I had to stop playing it earlier, because having Disney characters talking to you while trying to follow this thriller is very interesting. So I am going to get back to Dreamlight Valley for now. I will probably finish Christmas Presents tonight, and really, I'm really enjoying it so far. It's, like I said, it's not very scary for me, but there are some definite trigger warnings in it, and so it's quite an interesting tale, and I definitely know why the Pyramid Book Club picked it. My goal is actually to have the book finished by 1 p.m. tomorrow because that's when the live show is. And this will be like the first live show that I will have had the book read beforehand in a long while. So I am going to keep playing until dinner's done, and I will check in later. Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday morning. I just finished Christmas presents. And wow, what a ride. Um, there's a lot going on in this book. I did enjoy it. It was a nice change from the contemporary romances I've been reading, and I'm looking forward to the live show. Um, Final thoughts on this book. It kept me on my toes. Um, every time I thought I had something figured out, the author did great, flipping everything on its head, and left me guessing until almost the very end of the book. Um, and there's still parts that I am curious about. I don't know if I just zoned out at the wrong moment. I'll see if the others had the same kind of leftover feelings when I watch the live show. But that's all I have for now. Um, and I think I might report in again after the live show and then in this vlog there. So I will talk to you soon.
And there you guys have it. 3 books that I read during this past week. That brings me up to 8 books read so far for December. And that's actually 7 of the original 12, 8 of 13 Christmas books, adding the Pyramid Book Club's pick to it. There were a lot of things with Christmas presents that I agreed with everyone as they were talking, but there were also a lot of things that I didn't agree with them on. Rating wise, I'm probably going to give this one around a 3.5. Not because it's a horrible read. It's an okay read. And that's kind of where I'm falling with the 3.5. It's an okay read, but it's not really memorable except for in some of its flaws. I had the audiobook, and so it's the same narrator for all 3 points of view that we have. There's not really any differentiation between um, the 3 people, even though 2 are female and 1 is a male. There was the podcaster that wasn't exactly necessary. Um, the book was slightly predictable. One thing that was kind of brought up in the chat is maybe it was predictable because they only had a handful of characters that we meet. So when one of them turns out to be the problem, well, you only have a handful of people to pick from. So there's some of those types of things. And then there were parts where there are time jumps where sometimes we're in the present and sometimes we're in the past, and there's not really a clear mark between the two. And it sounded like it was the same way for those who read the physical book. They didn't really have those markers except for one point of view that was like counting down to Christmas. So, it's one that we kind of all agreed you could just read the epilogue and know everything that happened in the book because the epilogue completely recaps it. But it is what it is. It was a Christmas thriller. It did break my Christmas romances up a little bit. So I had a slight change of pace, and my September, I'm sorry, my December genre blanket section won't all be purples and blues. We'll have a black thrown in there. But I had a good week. 8 out of 13 books, of 13 Christmas books read. I'm in a good place, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.